We're in the second day of autumn 2021. It's still a lovely warm day. You could call it an Indian summer, I guess. And we're revisiting a spot which I was at exactly a year ago, give or take a couple of days. Yes, it's Glendalough, and we're going to go a different route this time because last time you saw that we visited the monasterial city, but we are going to go on a trek and hike around the far side of the upper lake, light permitting, because I got here quite late. So fingers crossed we're going to make it. Going to do a loop walk all the way around it and show you what's out there, because if you recall the drone footage, there were some interesting ruins going back to the historical times of this area, which I wanted to get a closer look at the next time I got here. So here I am now. It's a lovely day. I couldn't have asked for a better day anyway. So as we're beginning here, we parked at the car park behind us. It's only €4 for the day. And just right in front of us, glistening through the trees, you have Glendalough Upper Lake. And so I'm right on the shore of the upper lake, and that's the sun in front of us. It's probably due to set in a couple of hours, so hopefully we would have finished by then. And if you want to see more details on that vlog, go into my videos and you shall see a couple of episodes of Glendalough which I filmed last year. So on we go, back onto the hiking trail, which is right there in front of me. You should see a gate to the left, and that should take us onto a road for a bit, and there's a little bridge we just got to cross there. So this is the way to take. You can't go any further with a car, but you can by foot. That light is absolutely gorgeous. It's hard to believe we're in autumn now. It just still feels like summer or even spring. I think temperature is around 17, 18 Celsius at the moment. But just looking down towards the upper lake, just there, that sandy area just to the top of the screen, that's where I was moments ago. And that's where I flew the drone from last year, if you recall, if you've seen that video. If you've not seen it, just check my videos in the past from about a year ago and you should see there all the details and the info of my last visit. By the way, these are my new hiking boots. I'll tell you the story behind them. They're Salomon, and I eventually picked them up from Blacks in Chester when I was home the other week. But the story behind them was that I went to Cheshire Oaks, went to about 4 different shops to look for suitable hiking gear, and not in a single one could I find any which fitted perfectly, and they were all discounted prices, except for Mountain Warehouse. One of the shoes fitted perfectly. The only problem was they only had one shoe, because they unfortunately got a delivery in of that one shoe and the other shoe was missing from the box. But try as I may, the following week I went into Chester city centre, and they were absolutely wonderful, the staff in Blacks on Foregate Street. And I must have tried on about 8 pairs before I found these Salomon ones, which fitted me perfectly like a glove. And it hardly feels like I'm wearing them. It's like I'm floating on air. So for my first ever usage of them, I do recommend them. And if they do hurt or anything like that, I will let you know. So we will continue enjoying the lovely golden light glistening through the trees onto the pathway. So I've been walking now for about 15-20 minutes, and I think that I'm going to take a closer look at the shore from this end because it does look rather interesting. So this is the way down. I must say these shoes are doing a damn good job gripping the terrain. Yeah, very happy with them. And yes, they're still comfortable. So a few dodgy bits here, but they're managing fine. I just slipped a little bit then, but managed to cope. But just look at those colours on the lake. Wow. This camera is also doing a damn good job in holding those colours and showing you the scenery in all its glory. And I guess that it could double as a swimming spot too, because there's a life ring there. So they thought of everything. So I'll just pan around and show you the view of this gorgeous spot here in County Wicklow, which is also known as the Garden County of Ireland. Right, gonna start heading up then, back whence I came, and continue on this trek. And that's where we're headed to, Miners Village. I think we've passed the halfway mark now to our end goal, which is the Miners Village. Actually, no, there's a footbridge as well, a little bit beyond there, which I've seen on the map. So we're going to make it to there if we can. But just look at that amazing light just there in front of us. The sun just peeping over that ridge there to the left. And if I just move in, you can just see the sun's rays across the top of that mountain there. And here's a view looking back on the trail from where I've just walked from. And on Google Maps, if you check out this spot, it'll say that all this is submerged and part of the lake. But as you can see, on the contrary, it's just marshland. They don't advise walking onto this spot for obvious reasons. So from my safety perspective, I do not advise it. And I've just turned a bit of a bend there, and just wow, that is amazing, just what's in front of me there. The sunlight crossing over the top diagonally over the hill there, and looking further back you can see the river falling down the side of the mountain, almost reminiscent of Mahon Falls, if you remember in that vlog a few episodes back. But I did not expect it to be anything like this according to the drone footage. In fact, it looks like someone has left mounds of gravel over there, sort of to the center left of the frame, so I'll know what that is once I get closer to it. So according to this sign, we're at Glenealo Valley Nature Reserve, and here's a map of the area. By the way, there's little mobile phone signal here, so I'd advise you to download any maps beforehand. And that's where we are there, only a stone's throw from the Miners Village. Actually, look at this sign even further. It says that the mammals and birds found here are well suited to life on the rugged and exposed mountain tops. So expect to see red deer, sika deer, and feral goats. Oh, that's interesting. And I heard a noise of the bird of prey earlier, so that must have been one of the peregrine falcons which they're talking about. And here's where it says that the feral goats roam free in the area, and they're descendants of domesticated goats which were once used as a source of milk and meat by the miners. And so we've reached the Miners Way, and I think this way down is towards where the Miners Village is, or the remnants of it. And that's where those mounds of gravel was, which I mentioned to you earlier from the looks of things. So I'm hoping that they haven't simply been dumped here, but they're just remnants of that era from when the miners were here. There's a bit of machinery there in front with some cogs. There's a closer look at it for you. Now I wonder what that was used for. So if anyone knows, just post a comment below. And over here looks like the remains of a dwelling as such. And looking back in the distance there, that's a direction from where I came from. But looking on the other side of that mound, can you call it a slag heap, I wonder? Maybe it carries a different definition here, but you can see the path. It winds up over there, and then I think I'm going to cross over at the top, come down the other side, and carry on at the top of this mountain on this looped walk. That water in the stream does look absolutely clean and crystal clear. A little bit of a water feature there. Mini waterfalls, as I like to call them, or baby waterfalls, whatever your preference. But the sound of that water, absolutely heaven. I'd better make my way back to the main path now. So just go over this mound right here. Shoes are doing a good job gripping. Slipping a touch, but that's expected because it is loose gravel, so you can't expect it to grip everything. So I'll just hop over there, run over this last bit here. A bit more loose gravel, but easy does it. And here is the path. So I'm going to stick to it and find this footbridge. Wow, at that, they're just staring right at me.
A couple of hours.
Okay.
Yeah, just long more so.